So very good evening friends, hope the revisions are going on full swing. Let's quickly take a look at one question from Ind AS 16 January 26 RTP question 20. A limited exchanges car X with a book value of rupees 13,000 and a fair value of rupees 13,250 for cash of rupees 150 and car Y which has a fair value of rupees 13,100. The transaction lacks commercial substance because the entity's cash flows are not expected to change as a result of exchange. In other words, the entity is in the same position as it was before the transaction. State the value at which car Y should be recognized in the books of A Limited. This kind of questions has got a lot of chances of coming in the exam, and also unless until you watch and you make note of the key terms, it will be difficult to reproduce in the exam because you'll be going through nearly 500 to thousands of questions and going straight to the exam. So that is the main objective again sharing this. So let's quickly check out what is expected from you. So first important thing is, as per relevant para of Ind AS 16, in case of all exchange of item of PP, the cost of an item of PP is measured at fair value unless A, that is exchange transaction lacks commercial substance, or B, the fair value of neither asset received nor the asset given up is reliably measurable. Next is the acquired item is measured in this way even if entity cannot immediately de-recognize the asset given up. So if the acquired item is not measured at fair value, its cost is measured at the carrying amount of the asset given up. So moving on to the next, as per para 25 of Ind AS 16, it states that an entity determines whether an exchange transaction has commercial substance by considering the extent of the future cash flows that is expected to change as a result of transaction. So an exchange transaction has commercial substance if the configuration, that is risk, timing, and amount of the cash flow of the asset received, differs from the configuration of the cash flow of the asset transferred. So that is the time gap between the asset received and the asset transferred, the configuration, or the entity specific value of the portion of the entity's operations affected by the transaction changes as a result of the exchange, and the difference in A or B is significant relative to the fair value of the asset exchange. So in this case, there is no commercial substance. The entity recognizes the asset received at the book value of car X. Therefore, conclusion is it recognizes cash of rupees 150 and car Y as PPE with a carrying value of rupees 12,850. That is it. This is what expected from you, and watch it at least 2 to 3 times because this configuration, entity specific value, and also the above 2 points, the exchange transaction lacks commercial substance, the fair value of neither the asset received or nor the asset given up is reliably measurable. All these things you are expected to reproduce when already tons of data is there in your mind. So this is the time to keep on repeating this terminology so it gets registered in deeper mind, because these things, if it comes in exam, you need not they waste any time in solving etc, because the data is already there in your mind. You need to just reproduce. So within 4 to 5 minutes, 5 marks will be in your pocket. Keep going, best wishes.